newly incorporated members of the Justice League of Avengers to come to the rescue. For the truth to some is no longer empirical, it's no longer based on data, nor common sense, nor even common decency. Telling the truth is no longer the benchmark for public service. It's no longer the salve to our fears or the guide to our actions. Truth is now considered malleable.
The internet is exploding with one of the darkest celebrity rumors yet. A claim that Tom Hanks has somehow unlocked a hidden Virginia file, exposing powerful names that the public was never supposed to see. The story is being pushed like a final reckoning with dramatic captions, shadowy screenshots, and the same recycled promise that Hollywood is about to panic. But here's the problem. Once you strip away the edits, the mysterious graphics, and the viral posts, the evidence gets very thin, very fast. Because while Virginia Giuffre's case is absolutely real and well documented, the specific online claim that Tom Hanks personally released or unsealed some secret celebrity file is not backed by verified reporting. In fact, false online stories tying Hanks to Epstein-related narratives have already circulated before and have been debunked. And that's exactly why this rumor is spreading so fast. It mixes one of the most recognizable actors in America with one of the most disturbing public scandals of the last decade, then packages it like a hidden document thriller. To a lot of viewers, that combination feels too explosive to ignore. But feeling explosive and being true are not the same thing.
Giuffre, a prominent accuser of the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, has died by suicide, her family announced on Friday. Virginia was a fierce warrior in the fight against sexual abuse and sex trafficking. She was the light that lifted so many survivors, the family statement said. Western Australia State Police said they received a report that a 41-year-old woman had died at a residence in Yagabi, a rural area on Perth's outskirts, late on Friday.
To understand why this rumor hits so hard, you have to separate three different things the internet loves to blur together. First, there are the real public facts. Virginia Giuffre became one of the most prominent accusers connected to Jeffrey Epstein, and public reporting over the years has covered settlements, court filings, memoir details, and the broader scandal around Epstein and his network. Second, there are the real document releases and legal discussions people keep referencing online. Those are often incomplete, misread, or ripped out of context. And third, there's the viral fantasy layer. The social posts, fake graphics, AI-generated pictures, and dramatic captions that turn public confusion into a cinematic conspiracy. That third layer is where Tom Hanks keeps getting pulled in. Not because verified reporting shows he unlocked some sealed file, but because he is famous enough, trusted enough, and recognizable enough to make a fabricated story feel bigger than it is. That's how internet myth-making works now. Take a real scandal, attach a major celebrity, add files, truth, and finally exposed, and the algorithm does the rest.
They have a tremendous amount of information in them. For example, it shows who was in his sphere at the time, who he was paying him, email traffic, who he was emailing with regularly, and about what. I mean, they have a tremendous amount of information at their fingertips that really tells the story of how he operated for so many years successfully without being put in prison.
And here's where people get confused about files. When lawyers and reporters talk about records related to Epstein and Giuffre, they're usually talking about public documents, filings, interviews, names that appear in legal materials, payment records, contacts, and broader investigative material. But being mentioned in a filing or appearing in some record does not automatically mean criminal guilt. Even mainstream reporting has repeatedly warned people not to treat every name in those materials as proof of wrongdoing. That distinction matters because online rumor channels erase it on purpose. They present every mention like a conviction. Every screenshot becomes buried evidence. Every old document becomes a new leak. And every celebrity attached to a rumor becomes part of an instant panic narrative. That is exactly why the Tom Hanks version of this story is so effective. It doesn't need solid sourcing to get attention. It only needs the appearance of seriousness, blurred pages, ominous music, and a familiar face saying the word truth in an unrelated clip.
So are you optimistic about the future?
I'm not optimistic, I'm pragmatic. I think it breaks down to this mathematical formula. 49% of the people on the planet Earth embrace ignorance, and 51% of the people on the planet Earth embrace freedom. And as long as there remains that 2% more than the others. We'll be okay.
And once a rumor reaches that stage, it starts feeding on itself. People begin asking, if the file is fake, why are so many pages posting it? Why do the edits look so polished? Why are there quotes, screenshots, and insiders attached? But that's exactly what modern viral fabrication looks like. According to Snopes, one false Tom Hanks story involving a supposed confrontation over Virginia Giuffre was spread with AI-assisted imagery and fabricated text. Separate fact-checking also found false claims that Tom Hanks appeared on supposed Epstein lists when he did not. So the bigger story may not be whether Tom Hanks unlocked anything. It may be why the internet keeps choosing him as the face of stories built to feel morally explosive. Maybe it's because he represents trust. Maybe it's because using a trusted public figure makes the accusation feel more destabilizing. Or maybe it's because, in a content economy driven by outrage, the fastest way to manufacture shock is to place a beloved name next to a real scandal and let viewers fill in the blanks. Either way, what's happening here is not a confirmed Hollywood takedown, it's a case study in how rumor channels blend truth, trauma, public documents, and celebrity symbolism into one clickable package.
But the truth is sacred, unalterable, chiseled into the stone of the foundation of our republic.
So where does that leave this viral Virginia file claim? With a real victim, a real public scandal, real reporting, real legal history, but also a wave of recycled, exaggerated, and sometimes completely fabricated celebrity posts riding on top of that reality. And when Tom Hanks' name appears in that kind of story, the smart move is not instant belief, it's instant verification. Because the internet's favorite trick is simple. Take something true, surround it with things that only look true, and dare the audience to notice the difference. That's why this story matters. Not because Tom Hanks has been proven to expose a hidden list, but because so many people are willing to believe he did. If you want more breakdowns on the biggest celebrity narratives, rumor cycles, and truth versus viral story deep dives, drop your take below and stay tuned for the next one.